Hello everybody, Jake your resident content cowboy here. Yeehaw! I didn't get a chance to check out Armarouge on the PTS, so I'm going to be messing with it here a bit. And I'm also going to be showing off the big new Sylveon change, which I think we're going to start with that because that's pretty exciting to see moves reworked in kind of some wild ways. Come along with me, this should be pretty fun. So Sylveon has a couple changes. First, Baby Doll Eyes is now kind of a sure hit that actually slows the Pokemon more than it used to, which is kind of just a cool early thing for Sylveon to have, right? Swift is still the same. The big change comes when you get Hyper Voice. Mystical Fire is staying the same, at least for now, but what we're seeing is kind of this, you know, look to rework some of the Pokemon in the game, and I couldn't be more excited. I'm not surprised they're starting with something like Sylveon just because it's a popular Pokemon, so they'd want people to kind of try out some of the new moves. I would really love to see kind of the Wiggly rollout from the Chinese beta come over and stuff like that, but let's look at Hyper Voice. The big thing you'll notice is, well, the big thing with Hyper Voice, it is massive. It takes up an entire lane right here. You can see just such a huge difference using this. You're going to be able to use this more effectively at hitting multiple enemies while the damage has been reduced. I think this is a really cool change because it's not only changing kind of, you know, how a move works damage-wise and things like that, but it's also changing the concept behind it, right? They didn't want it to be as much about single target damage on your opponents. They really want this to be set up as that kind of support attacker now that, you know, you're running a curse item, you're hitting multiple enemies, you're shredding multiple enemy defenses, and it's setting Sylveon up to be less of a carry and more of, again, that support attacker role that you see in Pokemon like Pikachu and stuff like that. I assume you will still carry pretty hard with this in some, you know, situations, but I just love a change like this. I would love to see more Pokemon's moves reworked. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see reworked most. There are some that come to mind right away, but for me personally, this is just like really cool to see them trying new things. I don't think anyone expected we were gonna see Sylveon changes like this, and I'm very much here for it. All right, now on to Armarouge. All right, this is my first time trying out our little guy right here. Let's start with Incinerate, which is a sure hit move that does, oh, decent damage, kind of on like a little burst right there. That's a fun way to do that. Did I critically hit early? I wonder if I have critical hit boost emblems on. I must have critical hit boost emblems on, because there's no way it gives you crit early on, right? Will-O-Wisp, does it hit both? Nice. Will-O-Wisp got an explosion right there, and then Incinerate kind of activates after a moment. So you probably start with Will-O-Wisp for your secures here, right? Seems to have the bigger burst. You're probably, given that your burst is a little low, it's kind of low and slow, it kind of feels a little bit like Candle to me in some ways. You could play this in lane, but you might end up playing this in the central area just so you're able to kind of get enough experience to be able to actually secure against your opponents. So one of the tough things about a few Pokemon in the game is you're going to be pretty good at anti-stacking and stuff, but you're not going to be amazing at actually getting the last hits you need. We'll see. Like, what is this? It's kind of low, right? Let me look at it again. 300. Yeah, it's pretty low. And then you're delayed. Yeah, the burst is pretty low, I would say, early. You're probably going to want to play this center. You could play it in lane. You're just going to need to try to figure out a way to get your 5 pretty fast, because otherwise you're going to be stuck for a while. Armor Cannon's what I'm most excited about. Let's charge up our Mega Man shot here. Now that is solid. That is going to be solid burst. Good damage right there. You get the stun on it. All right, I gotta see it with cooldowns, right? Because who knows like what its cooldown's gonna be. Not bad. 5 seconds. 6 seconds, really. A little better if you've got, you know, a blue buff. And then you charge up now, this gauge under you, and then that's when you hit everything with kind of that shotgun attack. Is it just one of those shotgun attacks? So with you're charging up Armor Cannon, you can't have it under the line. There are some moves you can. This one you can't have it under the line. What is that bar under him right there? Oh, okay. I'm charging up with that. Cool. And let's do Psyshock. So you can't move it once you cast it. It's cast and then it's in that area, right? So I can't even, like, I can't eject it, can I? No. You just cast it and it goes. which has its advantages and disadvantages, right? But basically, once you cast it, you can even move away from it. It's going to hit the area no matter what. So it's unlike Gardevoir, where you're kind of pulling it back and forth. You just cast it and let it do its thing, and then the final hit of it has a knock-up to it. This from range is going to be so cool. And that has a big explosion radius, too. That's a pretty big radius. Oh, and the combo there, knock-up right into the stun, seems to be set up almost perfectly timing-wise, right? Yeah, that's perfect timing between Psyshock and Armor Cannon. And then they come back at basically the same time, too. So you know when you hit the knock-up, you get the additional stun right after. God, that's going to be awesome. That's gonna be. I was so stoked seeing this like through the leaks from Eevee when we were watching his footage. Like this build actually looked so fun to me. Start scoring animation right there. We've got our Unite move. Can I target anything with it? Looks like I can. Can I move it after the fact? So if I'm like targeting like here, can I? Oh, I can a little bit. So I can target it here and then I can pull it. It's like slight. But you can move it slightly. So you can move it. Oh, they're moving a little bit this way. Oh, they're a little further that way. And then right at the end of it, it's stunned. So can I cannot eject during this either, it looks like. No. But I can you get like a slight like little, you can lead it a little bit, or like, hey, they're moving up. And you can kind of push it just a little bit. You got to hold the Unite, let it go, and then drag it the direction you want. Shouldn't be too hard to move it slightly. And then I'm wondering, like, what's my timing on, like, Psyshock into my Unite, right? It looks like it was stunned the whole time. Let me see that again. So if I Psyshock right into my Unite move. Yeah, they're stunned through it. Like, I should be able to Psyshock right into my Unite on an opponent. Maybe I could do the full combo. Could you do the full combo? You can go Psyshock, Armor Cannon right into your Unite move? Really? That's huge. Blastoise. I screwed up my timing right there. I think with Blastoise's tenacity, I was not able to get my full combo out. But you should be able to get a lot of it out. Even that right there, even Psyshock Armor Cannon just back-to-back is really good. All right, let's take a look at our plus moves really quick. I know this is the longer range. Oh my gosh. You're here in the Ray Pit. You get a stun. You're here around the Ray Pit. It's all the way to the back. Armor Cannon near the end. I mean, it's going to be massive, you guys. Look at that. I mean, look at what you're going to be able to set up to. Like, long-range stuns from the bush. Even this, you could fire this right into the bush, multiple knock-up into a long-range stun. That combo is going to be disgusting. And was this larger, right? Yeah. Wow, I got to say, I'm absolutely loving this combination. That's pretty sick. Let's take a look at the other moves. All right. Boink, boink. We got Fire Spin, and we got Flame Charge. Flame Charge is a dash that also has oh, it like fills our gauge here for a sec too, huh? So you get like multiple hits like this, which is pretty cool. And then we've got Fire Spin, deals damage around you. And from what I understand, it also increases your defenses, right? Every time this Pokemon deals damage, its defense and special defense. Oh yeah, let's take a look at that, because we can actually see that in the PTS. Every time this Pokemon deals damage, its defense and special defense are increased. Oh, okay. It was already there. I was like, what? Now I see it like tick back down. It's already there. It's gonna be annoying fighting Blastoise no matter what. Oof, this could be really fun. I love that it's a totally different look, right? It's a totally different playstyle for this Pokemon. It gives you those boosteds on like a low cooldown. You just basically, you get them every time you Flame Charge, right? And then right into Fire Spin. Your defenses are still like not insanely high, I gotta say, for a level 13, 14 Pokemon here. But you'd probably build this in such a way that it would help you. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the other moveset a lot. I think the other moveset's really cool. Although setting this up, chasing people down with it is going to be really fun. Like a knockback like that, it's like a knockback stun chased around. Very cool. Very, very cool. I'm way more excited for this Pokemon than I thought I would be. I honestly thought Armarouge was going to be kind of boring. You know, just sometimes you can make like a long-range attacker, you can make it kind of boring, I would say. But I don't think so. In fact, I think the long-range attack option on this is really fun. Like, this combo is going to be so good. Right there. That combo is just so powerful, you know? Like, what is that even? That's 2,500 damage with 2 stuns to it at range. Really cool. So there you go. Armarouge and Sylveon on the PTS. There's probably more we haven't found. Let me know if you see anything, if there are any other videos you'd like me to make on it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I love you, and I'll see y'all next time.